Of course, a lot of people will oppose this because he's the one doing it. Even though for decades, politicians said they'd fix homelessness, but never had the guts to get it done. And so we were led to believe that this grim reality was simply inevitable. But Trump's focusing on returning a decent life to Americans, including the mentally ill. Once again, he says, you don't have to live like this. Of course, homeless advocacy groups will push back because suffering is a cash cow. There's a whole entire homeless industrial complex of NGOs that pay themselves fat salaries while making the problem worse. Remember when Bill de Blasio gave his wife $900 million taxpayer dollars to address these issues? And that cash disappeared faster than a plate of nachos at The View. Hell, if I gave my wife $800 million, at least our walls would be changed from eggshell white to cream. In California, an audit last year found that $24 billion was spent over 5 years without ever tracking its effect on homelessness. The cash vanished and the suffering continued. Really, they should run Gavin Newsom out of town on a rail, if they could only build a rail. Of course, the ACLU has already lashed out, saying it's targeting people. But it's not targeting anybody, it's protecting everyone. As the White House notes, the goal is to ensure that Americans feel safe in their own communities and that individuals suffering from addiction or mental health struggles get the help they need. In this case, libs should just stop with the destructive compassion and get the out of the way. Trump is doing the things they won't do because such actions threaten their status as the good liberal. They'd rather virtue signal on their own behalf than actually help others. But no one in their right mind sees a guy covered in living on a subway platform in 90-degree heat and says, you know, it's great, we're so compassionate. No, they say, someone better get Don Lemon back on his feet.